Ciao tutti. Hello, everyone. This is Jeff Curto, and I've had a few people who have asked me if I would give them some basic ideas about how to pronounce the Italian language. This would go along with the little handout that I have sent out to everybody prior to the workshop with some basic tips about travel in Italy, including pronunciation of Italian words or some basic phrases that you should learn. Let's start out with some rules. The letter A in Italian sounds like the A in father, ah, ah. The letter A sounds like the A in father, ah. The letter E sounds like the E in elephant, elephant, So the letter E is eh. And the letter I sounds like a double E, as in street, E. So A, and E. It takes a little while to get used to that because they are sort of backwards in some ways from the way we pronounce those letters in English. But once you learn the A, E, you'll be pronouncing many Italian words more correctly using those basic rules. Another couple of rules here is that the combination CH sounds like K in English. And you'll see this combination of CH all the time. Many, many, many words use the combination of CH to produce the K sound. So that combination of CH sounds like K in English. And so a common use is key, which sounds like the word key, and it is the Italian word for who. Che, the C-H-E, che, would be the Italian word for what. So chi and che. And you would see, even though those two words, chi and che, mean who and what, you will see C-H-I and C-H-E all around Italy in terms of the way in which they spell words. So when you see C-H-I, it will be chi. When you say C-H-E, it will be che. Another one that is a little unusual is that the combination of CI and CE sound as if they had an H in them. So chi and che. So it's kind of funny because the CHI and CHE sound like a K sound, but the CI and CE sound like cha. Chi and che. Chi, che. And you will find these oftentimes at the end of words, and sometimes in the middle as well. And then another rule is that the letter R is rolled, if you can. It's not mandatory, but good Italian speakers tend to roll their R's at least a little bit, and you will find some Italians who will not roll them very much and some who will roll them quite a bit. So the letter R is typically rolled in Italian. So let's put a few of these things into action and see if we can make sense out of them. Grazie. Grazie. Of course, it's an important thing to learn in any language, the way to say thank you to someone. Grazie. And many people who don't know much about Italian will pronounce this grazie, but it in fact has an extra syllable, grazie. Grazie. The letter Z is usually pronounced like TS, grazie, grazie. So the word grazie, thank you, a very important word to know, of course, to say thank you in Italian. Prego, prego. Prego is an Italian word that means you're welcome, but you will also find it used in a number of other contexts. So you might say to somebody thank you and grazie, and they would say back to you prego. But you might also gesture as if you wanted to pick up something in a shop, for example, and somebody would say, prego, prego, you're welcome to do that. So prego is one of those words that is used often in Italian, sort of as a, please come in, prego, 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 please, you're welcome to come in. Prego is an important word in Italian. You'll see it and hear it used a lot. In the morning, when you get up and you see somebody in the hallway of the hotel, you will hear buongiorno, 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 good morning. Good morning is used really throughout the day. It's used really until about mid-afternoon because it not only means good morning, but it also sort of means good day as well. Buongiorno, buongiorno is what someone will say in the morning. Long about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, or somewhere between 2 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Italians will switch over to the good evening, buonasera, buonasera. Now, buonasera is interesting because it is something that we wouldn't say good evening perhaps until maybe 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening, but the Italians will use this well into the early part of the afternoon to describe the middle to end of the day, buonasera. And they'll use it all the way through the evening hours of 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. And you won't hear buonanotte, good night, until you're just about ready to go to sleep. When you pick up the key at the end of the day to go up to your hotel room and to go to sleep, you might hear someone say buonanotte, buonanotte, and by that they mean good night, as in, good night, go to sleep. If you say buonanotte to somebody as you're going out to dinner, they might look at you a little bit funny. They would say buonasera, good evening. The word ciao, and in fact it sort of crept its way into the English language as well, ciao, means hello and goodbye. It is much more frequently used than the more formal arrivederci, which tends to mean something, arrivederci tends to mean something more like, I hope I will see you again at some future time, safe travels, goodbye. Ciao means ciao for now, we'll see you a little bit later on, ciao. And it also means hello, ciao, ciao Giuliano, how are you? Mi dispiace. I use mi dispiace a lot because I make mistakes with the Italian language, and I want to be polite, and also often say that I'm very sorry to be leaving this place. Mi dispiace means that I'm sorry. So mi dispiace, I'm sorry. This word is a contraction, dove. It means where is. And it's something that you would use if you're trying to find directions to something. You point to something on a map, or you show somebody the name of something in a guidebook or on a piece of paper. Dove il Pantheon. One of the ones that I think is funny is Pantheon, because it ends in a consonant. Most Italian words end in vowels, but the Pantheon ends in a consonant. So dove, where is the Pantheon? Dove il Pantheon. Come sta? Come sta? How are you? It's the more formal version of come sta, how are you, some formal way of addressing someone. If we are friends, as I know that we are, I might say it more informally, come stai, and this gets into some issues of conjugation of language, but we won't go there in this little brief tutorial. Come sta means how are you? So somebody might say to you in the morning, buongiorno, come sta? Good morning, how are you? To which you might answer, sto bene, I am fine. Sto bene, I am, sto bene, fine. I am fine, I am good. Acqua, water. Now, almost all the water that you'll encounter in Italy is potable, is drinkable. Anything that comes out of a tap is certainly eminently drinkable in Italy. But Italians are kind of crazy in a good way, about their acqua minerale, their mineral water. And you will find in restaurants that it's unusual to get tap water. Instead, you would have acqua gassata, which is sparkling water, or as we'll see in the next slide, still water. So acqua gassata, sparkling water, sometimes would be referred to as acqua con gas, water with gas, with bubbles. Acqua gassata or acqua con gas, and you can see that letter A, con gas. If you wanted still water, Acqua senza gas. Acqua senza gas would be still water. So most of the time in a restaurant, you will have a bottle of water, acqua con gas, acqua senza gas, and those are fairly commonly used phrases to order a bottle of water. Coffee. Coffee culture is huge in Italy. There's that whole page in my handout devoted to coffee culture, but I thought I'd reiterate some of them here. Cafe. Cafe. If you go into a bar and order a cafe, or you're at breakfast and you order a cafe, you will likely get a cup of espresso, a little demi-tasse cup of espresso. Italians would call that normale, caffè normale, or normal coffee. Caffè normale, normale, which would be espresso coffee. If you wanted coffee like we're used to in the United States, or probably most of the UK, you would ask for a caffè americano, which is simply espresso coffee with hot water added to it. So it's just watered down espresso, caffè americano. And of course, the word cappuccino has become universal around the world, I think, in most places that I've traveled. Cappuccino coffee, espresso coffee with foamed milk incorporated into the espresso, cappuccino. Italians are kind of particular about this cappuccino culture, so you would not generally find a cappuccino after about 11 o'clock in the morning. People will look at you a little bit funny. Now, you can get one. They'll make one for you and be happy to serve it to you and charge you for it. But cappuccino is typically not taken after about 11 o'clock in the morning. Italians believe that milk is bad for the digestion for the upcoming meals of lunch and dinner. If you really like milk with coffee and you want to order a cappuccino, go right ahead. But if you order a caffè latte like you might order in a Starbucks coffee shop, you are going to get a caffè normale, an espresso coffee, and probably a little glass of milk because they don't know caffè latte. Something that is often taken later in the day is a macchiato, caffè macchiato. Macchiato means that it is a coffee that is marked or sort of marked with milk, marked or a little bit of milk added. So it's an espresso in a slightly larger cup with a little bit of milk added, but not nearly as much as you would have in a cappuccino. And you can see, and one of the reasons I put these two words in here, cappuccino, C-I, is the chi sound, and macchiato is the K sound, macchiato. Cappuccino, macchiato. And you can sort of see how those things work out in the Italian language. If you're looking for a glass of something, a glass of water, a glass of wine, bicchiere is a glass, bicchiere. So that's a fairly common word, one bicchiere, due bicchiere. So bicchiere, a glass. So if you were looking for a glass of wine, you would ask for bicchiere di vino rosso, a glass of red wine, or a glass of white wine, bicchiere di vino bianco, bicchiere. Tea. Italians aren't hugely big on tea, certainly not like people from the UK might be with their tea culture, but tea in Italian is te, pronounced as if it was T-A-Y, is tea. So te. And if you wanted hot tea, you would have te calda, or hot tea. And if you wanted iced tea, te fredda, cold tea. So I hope those bits and pieces help you out a little bit in terms of understanding some basic functions of Italian language. And I really look forward to speaking Italian and English and whatever other languages we can share together in Italy.